The first leg of our journey will be by canoe. We paddle up the Snake River, hide the canoe, strap our backpacks on, and take to foot as we hike up.
Looks like we have a good crop of poison ivy here along the trail. My gosh, it's nice and green and looking good. You guys getting through there, all right? Probably a lot of places where our trail is completely washed out. Are you hung in a bush, John? Do like a bear and just eat it. Look at this nice poison ivy here. You ever see such pretty looking stuff?
Hey, Brian, you see that? What? Take some of them home and plant them.
Look at the berries on it. Our trail's washed out here. This used to be a real nice little spot with a pond with fish in it. Now there's nothing in it and it's just totally ruined. So we're going to have to try to climb up here and get by this bad spot. We can't seem to get around there. We'll go up and see if we can get down on the other side here. You know what we might do if it isn't too far up is just get up there and walk that Spring Creek bench. If the trail's too bad here in the creek, although it's a long way up to that bench. What does it look like from up there? Can we get down the other side? Okay, I'll come up then. We'll go down that way. We've totally given up on trying to follow the few remaining remnants of the trail and have taken to just going right up the McGraw Creek bed here. It doesn't seem to be too bad. There's some boulders and things to walk over, but we've been about 3 hours on the trail now and we're getting close to where our destination is for tonight. It'll be a little while yet, but not a whole long time. No, we're getting close to the cabin. Right across here is the Hells Canyon Recreation sign, and that used to be up on a little grassy hill, and the creek is claimed all with giant trees washed down, and this was all brush and trees through here, and there's absolutely nothing left now. We're really curious what it's going to look like at the cabin. We made it to the site where we're going to camp tonight. Everything's washed out here to where there's nothing level to camp in, and so we're having to clear out a spot here for our tents. I already got a little spot cleared for my little tent and got it up here in the wash. We've just gone to bed for the night. It sounds like we have some owls around here serenading us tonight. Sounds like there's a wise old owl and a foolish younger owl there doing the serenading. That's the wise old owl. That's the foolish younger owl. Well, we made it through the night. Now it's time to get up, and we're going up to the cabin and see if there's any bear around. Hey, you guys ready to get up? You guys ready to get up? You guys ready to get up? You ready to get up? It's getting light out. Is that what we're wearing bare today, Dwayne? Looks like it might be kind of a cloudy day today. Gonna cloud up. Look how those rocks are piled up around this tree here. It must have washed in 20 foot of fill here where we're camped. But we scratched out a pretty nice little place here in the sand, and it was rather comfortable.
Looks like the boys have spotted something. Now let's see if we can get up on it.
We're on our way to the cabin. I thought I spotted a bear, but it doesn't appear to be one.
It wasn't just a bear, it was two bear, and one of them's a really nice big one too. So we're going to really see if we can get him. The suspense is running high as the boys are trying to get in position where they can get that bear as soon as he walks out in the open once more. They're getting their rifles set and ready for that all-important shot, which should be coming real soon. And there he is. He's walked out in the open, and the boys are just waiting for him to get in the right position and come in just a little closer. He stops and checks the fruit out on this bush. Then he makes a fatal mistake of moving closer. The silence of the early morning will soon be broke by the loud report of a rifle, as Mr. Bear is in big trouble here in just a few seconds.
I think he shot over him, John. What? Well, he could be hit.
Think we both went over him?
Well, I saw somebody look like they did.
I thought I seen him do the afternoon hit now.
Well, he may be down.
We'll find out because he got right. I thought he got sent off. I'm not sure. He could have just dug in.
Yeah, well, they do a lot of contortions, but I sure saw dust go right over him. Unless it went through him. We may or may not have a wounded bear here. John's going to stay here. Dwayne's going up on another rock, and I'm going over across through the brush and see what I can find. There's a little spook track. I'm on my way over across the creek. Those boys are still shooting. I haven't been able to see it what, but Where is he, John?
He's in where that we spotted that first where he first come out. Got one shot on him. I can't see him after that.
Well, he may be down then,
I
huh?
think he is.
Okay.
I hit a couple times.
Okay. I'll go over.
There's a black one now though.
Oh, that's the little bear then. Yeah.
Brown one.
Brown one. I'll tell him where he is. You better tell me where to look, John.
Okay, see that long tree up there on the side hill? On the back, the break coming down?
Yeah.
If you follow that straight down into that brush, should be right now.
I'm over here. Sounds like Dwayne's shooting up above. Well, it looks like out of all those volleys of shot, we found a dead bear over here. Either he died of a heart attack or somebody accidentally hit him. How big is he, Dwayne? He's got good hair, hasn't he?
Oh man, another arm shot.
Oh. How big's his head? Turn it. Boy, he didn't go any place. He's hit good.
This probably
Well, he's not a real...
That's the one that running we hit, or we were shooting at? He's pretty black.
Yeah, he's, oh yeah. That's a nice bear. Look at the white spot on him. A nice little bear. Hold his paw up. Let's see how it looks.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a dandy bear. He's not a real young bear. Let's look at his teeth there.
Where was the shot? Went into.
There's a shot right here. Looks like I think.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's go find the other one over here then, and
He's
and
a
we'll
fat
get.
little guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'll come over and skin him out
I
here.
wonder if this is the other one we were shooting at, or you think it's him?
No, I'm sure that I hit another one in there.
This might have been that one we were shooting at.
The
Yeah.
first one.
Well, the second one.
Well, looks like another bear must have had a heart attack over here.
Here's a nice one.
How big a bear is he?
Big one.
Well, that's that big brown one then that you shot at
That's
first.
the one me and Dwayne got on.
Yeah, that shot must have gone through him. I thought it went above him, but I guess it went through.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's an old boar, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a nice old bear, boy.
Yeah, hold that paw up. Let me look at that. Wow,
They go 200,
Yeah, he's a good sized bear.
250.
yeah. Okay, well, it looks like we got a skinning job then, huh? You guys want life sizes? Yeah, this is an old boar, and John's going to start skinning him. And Dwayne and I will go over and get some measurements on his black bear over here.
Whoops, didn't do that.
You want us to take a picture, John?
Yeah.
Okay, if you hold his head up there, I'll take a picture.
Okay, you just gotta push the button.
Okay.
What's on top of that ridge? Just a big old rock on the sky line up there?
There's cows over there.
Yeah, they're looking cattle up there when we were shooting at both. I heard them swallowing.
Yeah, I saw several black cows over there.
Like, geez, that's a...
See, you want a gun, John?
Yeah, I might grab my gun.
He's just as big.
Oh, will you grab my gun there, Dwayne? It's behind
Ah.
John. So I don't have to walk back there. Thank you.
At least they're both in the shade.
Yeah. Okay, John.
A woodpecker persistently hammers in the background on an old tree as we take pictures and prepare to skin the old bear out.
God, that's a big bear.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
You ready? I'll take your picture.
Here, let's tuck his tongue in on that thing. Got it look nice for your picture now.
I take a couple of them. Things change up sometimes it don't.
There we go. Okay, there. He'll take a good one.
Okay. We'll get a picture.
He looks good.
Okay, maybe I should get a little closer
Okay.
for the next picture. Are you about done? Got mine done. I need some help hanging him.
Okay.
Oh, you got him cut in half anyway, huh? Yeah. Just got his head left to go, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, we could maybe take that meat down, put it in the creek, get it cooled off. Well, we're gonna carry the hides down to camp, and we got the meat in the creek cooling. I'm gonna take a look at the cabin since I'm right here. We got that right across the creek from the cabins where we got them both. Well, I'll meet you guys down at camp. Do you see this track here? That's the little one right here. See it? He apparently been over and had some apples earlier this morning. A few apples on the tree yet here. This tree looks like the bear broke it almost to pieces. You get up there after those apples and have no mercy on the tree. Must have been a big flat son of a gun in this tree. Broke that big limb off. That's a Gravenstein there. The first ripe. Oh, and there are pears over here on the pear tree. Looks like a bear's taking a bite out of that pear, and now the grasshoppers are working on it. There's a few pears here, but I want to eat one, but I can't quite reach them. There's some darn hoppers this year. I found me an apple to eat. The old barn used to sit here. It looks like the site where it sat is totally eroded away. And there used to be an old dump rake here. And someone rolled it in the creek. It's probably buried completely. Well, the cabin is still standing, but just barely. At one time, people lived here and worked this harsh and unforgiving land here. Raised a family, and children were raised here. There's one story about a little boy that his mother had him, and they went down someplace to have him and brought him back in the front of a saddle 1 week after he was born. There's still horseshoes and elk antlers. I just saw a bird fly here. I couldn't tell what it was. But the erosion from the creek tipped over a tree here, and looks like the cabin took a pretty bad hit here. It took a chunk of roof out. There's a piece of harness out here and barbed wire. I'll go in, that is, providing there's no rattlesnake, and take a look. Get the door there, the door open. Oh wow, it's made a mess in here where that tree came down. There's the old grinder. An old auger. Coleman fuel. I don't know what this is. Maybe some kind of a cedar. The old saws are still here. They're an old crosscut. Pitchfork. Wow, things are a mess in here though, since that tree went down. I'd certainly hope someone would fix this up again, but that's pretty doubtful that anything will ever be done. There's some old newspapers the walls are papered with. Some of the old papers. The old china closet's still here. This was the kitchen. A few people have left their cards in here. And the stove was there. Well, it looks like the rats have been working pretty much on this china cabinet. But it still has food and supplies in it. The old candle lantern is up there. Somebody even left their pants here. And this was the living room. There used to be a medicine cabinet. Well, I guess maybe this is some of the medical supplies here, but oh, the roof is leaking something terrible. Oh my gosh, this place is about done for. Here's their old sleeping pads. They look like the roof's been leaking all around them. The old dresser. I don't know what's upstairs. I don't think I'll even go up there right now. Probably just pack rats all over the place. I'd say the old cabin has seen better days. Those have maybe been replaced by plastic. They've ripped the screens off, and the bears ripped this open. Wonder if he was going to have that bottle of beer. They've ripped part of the siding off here. There's this an apple tree right here in front, and the woman here had the desire for something green and pretty, so she had the lilac tree here in her front yard. The grasshoppers are working on it, but I see the seed pods where it must have bloomed real pretty this year. And the old root cellar was right over here. The locust trees have pretty much grown up all around it. The old outhouse used to be right out here, but it looks as though it's possibly eroded clear away. At least I don't see it unless a tree fell on it, but a lot of the bank is gone here, so I'm guessing the outhouse is gone. I sure don't see a sign of it. It probably sat right here and was eroded away. Those boys were wanting to catch some fish, but I'm not even certain there's fish in the creek anymore. We always used to catch a lot of fish here, but maybe the flood has destroyed them as well. The old bathtub still hangs here, waiting for that special Saturday night bath, as well as some pans hanging out here. Uh-oh, the roof looks like it's taken a real bad hit here too. Well, it's just a matter of time till there's no longer a McGraw Creek cabin. That is a shame, because all this material was packed in on the backs of mules. There's the droppings where a bear has been. Looks like an old milk bucket still remains here. No doubt about it, the cabin was flooded. All this debris up around here, it had to be a few feet deep in the floor of the cabin. It's just a wonder it's there at all anymore. The creek still runs, although there's no brush along the side, so the water's much warmer, and I've seen not a single fish, so the flood must have done something to them as well. It looks like we better not be figuring on eating fish this trip. Looks as though this old historical landmark will be gone within very few years. It just looks like no one cares anymore. The fence that was out front here and the gate used to be here has washed away. Oh, there's still part of the little boy that lived here apparently had a little wagon, and I can still see the wheel of it laying here. The flood has rearranged some of this stuff a little, but there's still part of that special little wagon, and the old Jackson fork for putting hay in the barn, part of the harness that was used to haul the hay and mow the hay and work the ground and do everything here. Cultivator. They grew their own food, all their own food. Here's a wheel from a cultivator. They grew pigs and chickens and turkeys and everything they'd need. Had milk cows, and so they had a great life in here. But that's all in the past now. They had the orchard for the fruit and the cellar to can the fruit and put it in. Probably that cellar was packed with potatoes and fruit and vegetables from their garden. There's a pretty good size yellow jacket nest or hornet's nest. Apparently the bee built it right there. Or maybe it blew out of the tree. No, it's solid. It's right on the ground. That's a new one. I've never seen that happen. It's built right smack on the ground. Doesn't seem to be anybody home. It's a wonder a bear didn't rip that one up. Well, that must have been a goofy bee. Some kind of a little Tweety bird chose to build his nest right in this little bush here. Right across there is where we killed the bear, and we're just camped down here on the creek, but we have to walk around this big wash, and right now it's the absolute heat of the day, and every step at this point is almost a painful effort here. The boys are going to try to make a pack out tonight, at least get the hides out and get them in a freezer or else some ice, and then we'll work on getting the meat out tomorrow. I think when it cools off I might slip over into Spring Creek and kill another bear, so we'll all three have a bear. All goes through pure solid poison ivy and or it's one of the forms of poison oak. I think it's called the poison ivy over in this area. Whoa! I better not fall down in it. so hot the grasshoppers are barely hopping now. I'm surprised we haven't seen a rattlesnake. There's abundance of them here, but it's probably too hot for them right now. They're all shaded up. The old cabin up there, I'll never hear the cry of a baby or the sound of children's laughter again. It'll be nothing but just some rubble rotting away in the canyon there within a short time. We chose to camp down here a few hundred yards below where we'd be hunting, just so we could make all the noise we wanted and talk without scaring the bear, and it seemed like it worked. Good thing we've camped down here. I can hear those boys talking clear up here. That's John. I hear him talking, but I don't see him. Well, I believe I just seen his head peeking up down at the creek. I hear bear stories down here on the creek. That must be where they are. Down here telling bear stories in the shade.
There's a big bear to you guys. One of them sitting in the foot, first shot, this one. And little baby bear.
Still sat here where the old boy pulled it off to the side of the field and said, well, I'll be back on it next year and mow this hay again, and that's been over 60 years ago. The sickle bar is still out. The seat's gone, but birds still perch on the handles here. I'm walking across once was the old hay field here. At that time the old mowing machine had a seat on it, and a hardy farmer sat on that seat. This year the grasshoppers have totally eaten the hay in the hay field, but I can almost see it at that last day it was mowed. He pulled up there with probably a team of heavy horses. Yelled, whoa, stepped off and hooked and never returned. The mowing machine's never turned a wheel since that fateful day. The hayfield fence has fallen down now, and the mowing machine still sits. You can almost hear the harnesses creak and see the lather on the horses as they faithfully pull that mowing machine round and round. Now all there is thousands of hopping grasshoppers. I'm over in Spring Creek and it's getting evening. I'm heading back to McGraw Creek, but I stopped a minute here to look at this, where an old boar's marked off his territory here on a big old ponderosa tree. I'm almost back from Spring Creek. I can see the hayfield down here where the old mowing machine sits. And then just across the creek, that's where we got those two bear this morning. Just over there, that used to be their alfalfa patch over there, where they grew alfalfa and a little grain. It was even irrigated at that time. I just stumbled on a shed elk antler here, just above the hayfield. I'll look around a little and see if I can find the other one. That one doesn't look too bad. I returned back at camp here just at dark, and Dwayne and John have made a run down now. I see my first star out there. Dwayne and John made a run down to take the meat to the pickup, and so they'll come back in the morning. They'll spend the night down to pickup, so I'll be alone here tonight. I still haven't seen a rattlesnake, and just not much of anything in the way of bear over in Spring Creek. I've just spotted a bear moving in here. I'm sitting at a rock here. It's about 7:10, and I'm sitting here at a rock waiting. He just went into those trees right up in there. He'll probably work his way down here to the old alfalfa field where I can get the chance to smoke him up. He looks like a pretty decent bear. Well, the old bear made good his getaway. I had fallen down last night and threw my scope off. I see there was one here checking on me during the night. He left his calling card here. Looks like he must have been a pretty good sized one to leave a pile like that. It's right there, and there's our tents. He was within less than 100 yards of my tent there. I could hear something out here last night moving around in the dark. Got away, but now I've got some help here. Dwayne and John made it back from their pack, and we suspect that even though I shot a number of shots at him, he might try to return here. So we're watching the old alfalfa field and the spot where he was. Dwayne just went to sit down back where I was back here. We were spread out a little. Sit down right in an underground hornet's nest. One of them got him. Let's see how it looks on your hand, Dwayne. That's not a bad looking hornet sting, is it? There's grasshoppers everywhere. I sat down here trying to rest a little. Several bit me. Looks like this one's looking in John's gun barrel. I don't know what he's intending to do in there or what he's looking for, but he's sure looking. Yeah. Looks like the pack's pretty well covered with grasshoppers. Thinks he's gonna just eat the pack. This one must have a use for that old shell I shot the bear. He's trying to figure out what to do with her right now. He might just eat it. He must have told that little grasshopper no. It's the next morning, and I still haven't found a bear since I shot at that one. The meadow down here is where I shot at him and missed due to my rifle scope being off. So I've climbed up on top here. There was one time an attempt by the homesteaders to build an irrigation ditch around here to irrigate the bench down there where the mowing machine is, right down a ways from this little tree growing out on it. What an ambitious project. These people were not people that were interested in getting rich. They just loved the lifestyle. There were probably other properties available that weren't so remote, but they chose this one to live their lives and raise their family. There goes the ditch around there. There was none of this business of calling before you showed up. If you showed up at the cabin, you were always welcome. And it was a very good lifestyle. They had everything they needed. Money couldn't have bought them one more bit of happiness here. The ditch is running right around the hillside there. And then it goes clear over on top of those cliffs. I'm walking around the ditch bank here, and I've found some bear sign here. Some reasonably fresh bear sign. And I just came to a spot here where they've dug a hornet's nest up. And boy, I mean, there are some mad hornets around here. I better hurry. Well, there comes one after me. I'm going. Bye, bees. There's his track. He's not a real big bear. He's right in the old ditch, too. I'll see where he's at. There he is. I never found the little bear. From the looks of the tracks, he went over into Spring Creek, and I see there's been a big bear here. There's some tracks here, and it looks as though he's gone into Spring Creek too. He's gone right up this mountain right here, right up there. He came right up off the hay meadow here. He must have done that either this morning while I was out hunting, or just before daylight this morning. I don't know whether we'll go over into Spring Creek or not after him. I'd kind of like to, but it's getting really hot. They've got all the meat packed out, and so we were thinking of packing out ourselves. But if I go to Spring Creek, it'll be another day, or if I get the bear, it'll be at least 2 or 3 more days it'll take here. So they may not have enough time. He came right up this dirt here. You guys got your pack out all right, did you? Yeah. No trouble with the canoe? There's been a real big bear go up here. He went right up here. I kind of lost these tracks down here, but he came right up here someplace, right in here. And looks like he went over into Spring Creek, and I went up there above the salt lick this morning, and follow the ditch around. And I saw a little bit of sign, but nothing very fresh. And then I got right around here, just on the crest of that hill, kind of by that chokecherry patch over there. And I see where a bear dug up a hornet's nest this morning. And then I followed these tracks, and as near as I can tell, he went over into Spring Creek too. A problem with bees. Every time we get near the tree, the darn bees come boiling out of it. They're all over in there. I shook a few apples down, so we'll get us some apples to eat here. Oh wow. Got a big hole in it, huh? It's a big one. Look at those dirty devils going in and out of that.
Your grandma was wanting some pears. I wonder if she'd be willing to come up here and get them.
A little bit of a long hike.
Boy, I'm gonna take this guy out, let him ripen a couple of days. He'll be just fine. The hides and meat of the bear have been packed out. Now we're going to cut the big muscle and stuff off the skulls and put them in our packs and pack them out too.
Fee-fi fo fum. Smell the blood of an Englishman. Looks like there must have been another Englishman here. The little critters are packing these bear feet around. I don't know what they plan to do with them. We're packing up, getting ready to head out. I've already got my pack packed up. I never got a bear, but I'd had to go in Spring Creek to get it. And I think in this 100-degree weather that the boys are probably glad that I never went over there and knocked one down to have to pack out in this kind of heat. And it would have been probably 2, maybe 3 more days it would have taken us to get everything out if it would have been a big one. The flood sure washed a terrible gorge out here, and we're having to try to pick our way down it to get out since the trail was above, but it's totally destroyed. It's not too bad of going here in this gorge, though. There's a place or two that's kind of hectic. We've got a nasty spot here. We've got to work our way around here. Everything's washed out. We sort of have to go up around the rocks and come down. We're down to the Snake River now, and we're getting the canoe loaded. The reservoir's a little bit choppy, but it doesn't look all of too bad. I think we'll be okay. We're still bucking that nasty headwind, and The swells are building up a little here now. It's getting just a little bit worse, but we're still doing fine. We are overloaded, but as long as it doesn't get any worse than this, we're fine. The pickup's right up there on that point of land that comes out into the water, so we've only got about 1 more mile to go. Pickup's coming up here. We're almost there. We made it back to the pickup with no problem. I see several nice big monarch butterflies flying around here in these sunflowers. They're on their annual migration. Looks like I'm returning without a bear. It's just in time. We got all that water just in time. The wind's coming up, getting kind of nasty here. Gonna hold it now, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, play a fiddle on that rope now.